what does wise attention mean and why attention? Okay, so mindfulness is about paying attention. Right? If you really think about it, are your thoughts in your control, really? The fact that a thought comes up, is that in your control? No. The fact that a bad feeling comes up, somebody says something and you feel bad, is that in your control? No. The fact that a memory comes up, is that in your control? No. The fact that you feel heavy in your chest suddenly, is that in your control? No. So very few things are in our control, so to say, because they suddenly come up in reaction to situations as our conditioning habitually has created them. So when something has come up, what is in our control really? The only real thing that we can have some control over is attention. That also some, because even attention, as you have seen, keeps moving on and off. But we can at least try to work with it a little bit, right? So the question comes in, what are we paying attention to? Again, are we paying attention to the story? Or are we paying attention to what is happening in the present, right? So wise attention is paying attention to what is happening now. If even a real change needs to be made, it can only be made now. Otherwise, we can keep trying to solve things in our mind, planning, and that's okay. You can keep, if you keep 2 hours to plan something, 1 hour to plan your life, and then you forget about it and stop planning, then it's fine. But it's not like that. Ruminative tendency to think about it again and again and again in different ways, different ways, different ways, different ways. To not want it, to have stories about wanting something, about not wanting something. Wise attention is coming away from these stories and simply paying attention to what is happening now. Right? Attention, you can think of it like, let's say a lot is going on. Thoughts, memories, feelings, bodily sensations, a lot is going on. Attention is like a flashlight, like a torch. Where are you focusing that torch? If you're focusing it on story, then the story takes prominence. You can see the story is big. If you're focusing it on food that you're eating right now, then the food is big. So whatever you focus in a room, what are you focusing your attention on will assume importance. So wise attention is choosing where to focus this attention. And that seems to be in some sense in our control, right? So when you're going through life, you can always choose what you want to focus on. What you cannot choose is how you feel about things sometimes, or what you think about them, or what somebody does, or what situations occur, or what interruptions come in. But what you can choose is, right now, in this moment, the only choice I seem to really have is, what am I going to really focus on? Right? So, with wisdom, using attention to decide what you want to focus on. You could focus, I'm not saying only attention, because then you could focus on the story. I'm saying wise attention. What is the most skillful thing to focus on, most helpful thing to focus on right now? Right? When you do yoga, for example, if you've learned yoga from good teachers, they'll tell you that when you get into a pose, right, focus attention on that area. Like when let's say you're doing a forward bend, then keep all your attention in that area. And it's so amazing that when you could bend only this much, just because you focused awareness, you've breathed into it, you've just stayed with it, you've allowed it to be, you've relaxed around it, you can actually bend more. Rather than when you force yourself to bend more, then you cannot bend. So the system works like that, with gentleness and allowance rather than force. Yeah? So wise attention. And wise attention where? So what are we working with? Only attention. So we are not trying to stop thoughts. And that's very important, because people who start meditating start thinking that they don't have to think. So they start stopping thoughts, and we are not stopping thoughts. We are just noticing that the mind is there, awareness is there. We are coming back here, letting it be. If it goes back there, accepting it, coming back. That's what we are doing. We are not stopping thoughts, we are not stopping feelings, we are not suppressing emotions, we are not doing any of that. Yeah. So where is the attention? It's in the present moment focus. So this is the second pillar, right?